right, now you can see I got one line that's just dripping a little bit of oil. That's what gets a little bit of smoke right there. But let's go over and look at the numbers. And I can put in here, you got to take the turbo off to get that line to quit dripping. So I might just let it drip. But anyways, you can see here, I got one other thing to show you here, which I think you might find is a little bit interesting. There's on pump gas. So this is the 93 octane from just down the road, 91, doesn't really matter. You can see here 3,500, we're at 741 torque, 493 horsepower. 4,500, we're at 909 foot-pounds of torque, 75 horsepower. 5,500, 985, 1027. You can see the peak numbers here, 989 and 1,088. Now you can see here that this is real common with a long runner manifold, typically, and that's what I was trying to figure out here with that long cylindrical plenum area and this kind of a cross ram area. So it's interesting, but they typically will not make peak horsepower. They will lay over a little bit sooner, and they'll just kind of lay flat there instead of continuing to rise up. So I didn't even really bother running it past 7,000 because it was laying over. I could hear it and feel it. So, but that's really common for what I feel like, or for what I've experienced and what I know. Now we'll take a look at the boost, and our boost curve is nice, really flat, just 9 psi, just all the way across. That way, I'm not manipulating the boost curve to make the engine or engine horsepower any different, which we can. But I just wanted to show you a dead-on difference of what the horsepower and curve would be with just a static base. That's actually a static base flat boost curve. So, but what I was going to show you here also is, let's go back one. And we'll graph this out. Actually, let's do it this way. Now this is, if you see right here, detuned. That is what most people would normally set this thing up as, and detuned is safe, but there's always more left on the table if you do a really good job reading plugs, understand what the motor is about, understand what it's capable of, and you can tune these things differently. So that was, there we go, open. Now this is the normal way that I would tune this engine. And the normal way I tune most engines, I'm reading the spark plug, I'm looking at it, don't give a crap what the numbers say. We're always looking for what the kind of horsepower does it make, does the spark plug look happy, etc. So there's a lot of horsepower that's in the tune. So a lot of you, sometimes there's a naysayers out there that want to cry about, oh, you guys make too much horsepower and all that other kind of stuff. Well, I can show you this thing just at this level, just 9 psi. Now let's go back here. I'll show you the boost on this one. 9, all the way right flat through there. 9. All right, but with just proper tuning and good tuning, where you're not just looking at numbers, not just being a keyboard jockey, that and understand how the engines actually work. We're looking at a peak torque of 1,012.49 and peak horsepower of 1129. So I mean, it's basically a 50 horsepower improvement on pump gas. Same deal. This was just the pull before, and then I did a detune on it, and then to show you what that would look like. So, and you can see it does the same thing. The characteristic is exactly the same. And if we go back and even overlay them, let's see here. Go back, and it's comparing something else. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's just down a little bit all over the place, but in particular up here at the higher RPM. So the green line is well tuned, and the red line is the normal tune you get out of a lot of people. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is we're going to put that's just his street car tune, so just something he's going to drive it with. And now we're going to go ahead and put C16 in it and turn the wick up on this and make some more boost and get it more where he wants it to be. it blew off one of the tubes right off of that left throttle body, so go fix that up. Alright, got that fixed. Alright, now let's see what that looks like. Shrink that down. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Alright. Now, we had a grand total of 1690 at 6700. You can see it kind of laying over there. We'll kind of take a look at what the boost is doing there, because I'm plowing a bunch of boost at it, or a bunch of gate pressure to make it do that, because it was only taking 5 pounds of gate pressure to make 9 psi. It took 15 pounds of gate pressure to make 15 psi. So we'll see where this is at here. And made 20 pounds of boost, which is cool, right up through there. So I know I got 23 pounds, 24 pounds of gate pressure to make that. So the ratio is getting a little out there, but that's all right. Not a real big deal. And so you see 20 pounds of boost. And I was also really throwing it at it right at the very end too, right at the 7,000. So it was like, 20 gate pressure, 20, 22, 23. So I was stepping it up, trying to manipulate this graph to look like this. But even out here, it's still going to just lay over unless I was continuing to just try pouring more and more to it out here. But this is a little more fair representation, as you can see the with the boost curve there. All the way from 6,300 to 7,000. It's 20 psi, pretty flat. Anyways, peak torque at 1360, which is right out there, mainly because I'm throwing a bunch of gate pressure at it. 6,400-ish right there, yeah. So, looks real good. I think we'll talk to Nathan and see how much more he wants to make with this. I know we can make a little bit more, so I think we'll probably go ahead and do that. And then I'll show you the next ones.